All right, let's begin our practice. Well, you did the hard part. Welcome to yoga. You got yourself here today. So congratulations. Yes. All right, let's begin. As I said in my note newsletter yesterday, that it's so important for us to meditate every day, right? If we can, and do some kind of practice every day. A little bit of moving is so important for us for staying healthy. That's like the most important thing, right? So regular activity is really key to this. Is our, for preventing falls, for staying strong, for staying mentally and physically fit. Yeah, just a little bit. So yay, you're here. All right, so let's start with just shaking, shake it off. Again, if you notice nature, wind, animals, all of nature, they just shake off all the dust, right? Trees shake off all the dead leaves. Animals shake off all the dust, all the tension in their body. Yeah. So just keep shaking. You can close your eyes and notice if there's a particular part of your body that is feeling a little more stiff or a little tweak here or there, and just shake it off. Yeah, good. And then relax. Right. So they call this a practice, a yoga practice, a meditation practice. And that word practice means what? When we practice, like if any of you played an instrument, you had to practice, right? You didn't practice once a week, you practiced every day. Hopefully, ideally, if your parents were paying for it, they were insisting. But the reason why it's called a practice is because the more you do it, the more benefit you get from it, right? So some kind of practice in your personal life. So you come to this class, some of you come twice a week, some come once a week, some of you come for meditations. Maybe in fall, I'll offer a meditation, maybe at like in the late afternoon, like around 5 o'clock, right before dinner. It's a nice time to meditate too. But just finding pieces of your puzzle that create some kind of activity for your body and your mind in every day. Yeah. Okay. So let's start with, we're going to start with alternate nostril breathing. So we'll be breathing in through the left side of our nostrils, out the right, in through the right, out through the left. A way to do that is to bring your peace fingers of your right hand and just lay them, the tips between most of you have done alternate nostril. Yeah, good. And then close your eyes and avoid the tendency to drop your chin here. That's very a common tendency. You want to keep the chin parallel to the floor. Good. And then you're going to try to relax your right arm. Lift your left palm up on your lap. You can touch the fingers of your thumb and pointer finger of your left hand. Just gently touch it in Chin Mudra. Good. And if having your hand up on your face is uncomfortable for your arm or your shoulder, you can just have both hands in Chin Mudra and just imagine the breath as I talk you through the breath going in and out of your nostrils. So let's take a breath in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. With a sigh. Nice long breath. Breathe in again and breathe out. Now gently touching, now breathe in through both nostrils and gently touch your right nostril and breathe out through the left nostril. You don't want to press into the nostril. You just want to gently touch it to slightly restrict the flow. And then breathe in again through the left. And then just touch the left nostril and breathe out the right. And then you'll breathe in the right. All the way, touch the right, breathe out the left. Breathe in left. Touch left, breathe out the right. So now you got the pattern, out and in. Try to relax the breath, continue at your own pace. Try to breathe in and out a little longer each time, pausing at the top and the bottom slightly. And taking any struggle out of the breath. No struggle, just nice, long, soft breath. Yeah. Noticing one side of your nostril is a little bit more plugged up than the other. Just enjoying this beautiful, deep breathing. This helps us to calm our central nervous system down. Not unless you don't, if you have a struggle in this, then it's not calming. So you want to calm the breath. Maybe you tap into a little ujjayi breath. A slight restriction at the back of your throat and just listen to your breath. Nice and relaxed. Nice and slow. Little smile on the face. Slower is better. Pausing at the top. Pausing at the bottom of the breath. And just one more round here, no hurry. And the next time that you breathe out the left nostril, the way we started, and release your hand down onto your lap. Release both palms open. Keep the eyes closed. Notice the effects of that breath. Just observe your natural breath. Observe the effects of that breath on your mind, on your body. It's a beautiful breath to do before you go to sleep, or just having that ujjayi breath to lull you to sleep. Just helps to calm down, again, that central nervous system. Brings you into parasympathetic, where we are calm and relaxed, where our body desires to be for most of the day. And in our society, we are the opposite. We are in sympathetic most of the day. So this practice helps us to reverse that back to, we're all innately yogis. And we just finding our way back to that. And now, before you open your eyes, bring your palms together and start to rub your palms together, creating some heat in your hands. Getting your prana energy moving, going. And then placing your palms or hands onto your face. If you have glasses, you can cup your hands so you don't smudge your lenses. Yeah. And feeling the heat that you created in your palms. And then gently begin to flutter your eyes open into your hands. And then you can gently float your hands back down onto your lap. Such a beautiful way to come back out of our pranayama, right? It's really nice to do that. Yeah. Okay, so we'll begin to move the body a little bit, bringing your hands, your palms down onto your lap. Good. We're going to cross our hands onto our chest. Good. And we're going to take a breath in. Feel your belly rise and your chest rise. And as you exhale, feel your chest relax and your belly relax. And again, just this, just this motion of holding our heart. Yeah, we can lead with the heart. Any decision that you make, any interaction you have, if it comes from the heart, there would be no war. There would be no animosity. There would be no hatred. Because we're coming from our hearts and we're innately peaceful, loving. Everyone is, even the people that we think are most evil, right? We're all innately kind. It's just that life gets heavy and it gets heavier for some others. Yeah. So coming to, again, anything we do from the heart, yeah, then that creates peace in the world. Release your hands down off your lap. Good. On an inhale breath, just lift your heart up. Slide your hands up towards the top of your thighs. Reach your elbows back. Open up your heart. Yeah, opening it up to the world, to the universe, to the divine. Yeah, we're all part of the whole. Exhale, relax the body, slide your hands forward, and just drop your head. Coming into a just little baby cat-cows. Then inhale, slide your hands up, reach your elbows back, lift your heart, look up. When we do that, it creates hormones to be released in the part of our brain with serotonin and GABA, dopamine, and then come back into your little cat pose. Yeah. So again, it's a practice. And the more we practice, it just becomes our nature again. Again, when we were babies, we were yogis. We were in the moment, we were happy, we had emotion, but we came out of it. And, you know, we smiled a lot. And anyway, so this practice helps us to go back to that, even though we're in a different size body. Yeah, good. All right, take a breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to drop our head over to the right. Stretching our vagus nerve a little bit. If it's available to you, bring your right hand onto the top of your head. Good. And now taking your eyes and rolling them up to the left corner of the room, over to the side. And find your breath. Good. And if it's available to you, relax your left arm, just let it hang down. So feeling that nice expansion on the left side of your neck. Opening up and giving some energy to that vagus nerve. When our vagus nerve is nice and flowing and open, that also clicks on the parasympathetic nervous system, that rest and digest. Yeah. And then bringing your left hand back onto your lap, relaxing your eyes, bringing your right hand to the right side of your head, and on an inhale breath. Slowly, slowly. That's a deep stretch. So slowly bring your head back up and release. Good. Wiggle out the shoulders a little bit. Over to the other side. Take a breath in. As you exhale, drop your head over to the other side. Good. And then on this side, if it's available to you, the left hand. We're not pulling our head down at all. The left hand is just lightly landing there. Just a little added weight. And then we're going to roll the eyes up to the upper right corner of the room. And if you want, relax your right arm down. Notice this side. Notice if this side feels a little more tight, stiff, or maybe a little bit less, or maybe not. Maybe they're even. Looking up to that upper right corner, just with your eyeballs, breathing. Even smiling. And then returning your right hand onto your lap, relaxing your gaze forward. And then bringing that left hand to the left side of your head. Press down into your feet as you help to lift your head back up. Yeah, and release. Good. All right. And then relax your arms down. Just roll your shoulders, tiny little circles. Good. Hands back onto our lap, nice tall spine. Yeah, if you aren't already, we're going to scoot forward a little bit in our chairs so we can have a nice tall spine, good posture. Back muscles are starting to engage, spine starting to engage. Take a breath in. As you exhale, just drop your chin to the chest. Yeah. And then roll your head slowly over to the right and up and back and over to the other side and down. So you can feel free to soften your gaze or close your eyes here and just do some nice neck circles. Big breath in as you go to one side and up, and then breath out as you go to the other side. You might be feeling, in this cooler weather, you might be feeling a little more stiff. That's pretty natural. The body, the reason why the body gets a little stiffer in cold, well, there's many reasons, but, and then pause when you get forward and then reverse at some point. But our body shivers, you know, when our body shivers, it's warming us up. Yeah. And so, and that creates a little tension, right? So staying nice and warm as we start to change and melt into the next season. And change is good for us. Yeah. We get complacent when we don't change. Next time the head comes forward, pause, press down into your feet, and slowly bring the body back up. Nice. Okay. And relax again, the shoulders down. Just melt them down, the shoulder blades down your back. Good. On an inhale breath, lift the right shoulder up to your ear. And exhale, relax it down. Inhale, press into your feet to lift the left shoulder up. Exhale, relax. Inhale, right shoulder up, maybe a little higher. Yeah, and relax. And the left shoulder up, maybe a little higher. And relax. Good. Relax both arms. Bring the shoulders forward and up and melt them back and down. Yeah, forward and up and back and down. And then reverse. Do a couple circles back and up and forward and down. And back and up and forward and down. And as the, and shake. So as the, temperature gets a little cooler, it's really even more important to do some stretching in the morning when you get up. So, because when you're tense already, if you're cold, and then you do movements, bigger movements, yeah, it's more likely that the muscle will seize up. So we want to warm up. Now we're going to take our hands. Let's just bring them together and create some warmth again. Good. Nice warm hands. And then we're going to bring them onto our neck and give yourself a nice massage. So massaging the back of your neck or your occipital part of your skull, or as it dips in there. Sides of your neck. This is also amazing for that vagus nerve. And then down a little further down your shoulder blades. Maybe the tops of your shoulders. Doesn't that feel good? Yeah. Good. All right. You deserve that. Good. All right. Our arms relax down. Turn the palms out. Press down into your feet. Inhale your arms out and up. Big breath in. Take in as much as you can. Turn your palms out and exhale down. Now try to marry your breath with movement. So the end of your exhale breath happens when your fingers reach towards the floor. And then inhale, you're still inhaling, still inhaling, still inhaling. Top of your inhale here. Exhale. So through the nose, maybe with Ujjayi breath, that slows the breath down. And one more inhale, out and up. Big breath in. And exhale, down. Good. And now inhale with palms down. Just halfway up, bend the elbows, palms are forward now into a little W shape here. Good. And then reach the upper arms back. Chin is parallel to the floor. It's not tucked down. Good. Even lifted slightly. You can lift your chin. And breathe. See if you can relax your shoulders here on your exhale breath. And then on your next exhale, release your head forward and then relax your shoulders and see if you can reach your fingers forward. Yeah, so keeping the elbows lifted as much as you can. Yeah, and if this is feeling okay, again, reminding yourself to relax your shoulders. See if you can start to reach your fingers towards the floor. Keep your elbows up. This is just such a nice stretch for our shoulders, neck. Yeah. Take a breath in, exhale it out. Slowly lower your hands a little, arms a little bit. And take another breath in. As you exhale, slowly lower them a little bit more. Not much, just a little. Take another breath in and slowly lower the arms the rest of the way down. Slowly. And relax. Good. And just wiggle the shoulders out, wiggle the body, shake the hands. Good. All right, coming into a little seated sun salutation. So let's bring the sun back. Yeah, good. All right, so we're going to start with taking a breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to hinge forward slightly. We're going to bring our elbows onto our thighs and we're going to bring our palms together again here. So feet are about hip distance apart. Good. And then we're going to, on an inhale breath, we're going to lift our heels up and shift the weight of our body a little more forward. Good. All right. I'm going to take a breath in. And as you exhale, draw your belly back to your spine. Inhale, let the belly rise into your thighs. Exhale, draw your belly back. And one more time. Inhale, belly rise. Exhale, draw the belly back. And then release your heels down. Bring one hand onto your thigh, the other hand onto the other thigh. Press down into your palms and bring your body back up. Good. And relax the arms down. Good. We're going to turn the palms out. On an inhale breath, we're going to reach our arms out and up. And on an exhale breath, turn the palms out. We're going to drop the arms back down. As we're dropping our arms, we're going to hinge forward and either bring your hands to your thighs or your shins, wherever it's most comfortable for you. Yeah. Then on an inhale breath, you're going to press into your palms, reach your head forward and lift it up, coming into cobra pose, stretching your spine. And exhale, release the head back down. Good. Press down into your feet. On an inhale breath, bring the body up as you circle, sweep your arms out and up again, bringing them together. And as you exhale, bring them to your heart. Good. Take a breath in. Exhale, release your arms down. Inhale, circle, sweep your arms out and up. Big breath in, even look up, maybe lean back. And exhale, slowly float your hands down to your thighs, body hinges forward or your shins. Good, for forward fold. Inhale, press into your palms, stretch your head forward and then up, coming into cobra pose. And exhale, release back to forward fold. Pressing down into your feet, slowly bring the body back up as your arms circle out and up, bringing your palms together. Take a big breath in. And on our exhale breath, we're going to exhale the sound of Om as the arms float to our heart. Another breath in. And as we exhale, Om. Bring your hands back to your heart. Close your eyes. And again, cross your hands onto your chest, onto your heart. Maybe the opposite hand on top. Yes. And just hold your heart and feel that calming of the mental, physical, and spiritual healing for our body. And then gently flutter the eyes open. Release your hands onto your lap. Good. Coming into a little twist for our spine. Take a nice breath in. And as you exhale, relax. Turn your upper body at the waist. Relax your hands down alongside your thigh. Your left hand alongside the right thigh. Right hand can be pressing down behind the right hip. Press down into that right palm. Feel as you inhale, feel the spine stretch long. As you exhale, relax, press into that left hand to that right thigh, and see if you have space to twist just a little further. Looking over your right shoulder. Finding breath. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. And on an exhale breath, relax your body. Slowly bring your head back forward. Slowly bring your body back forward. Good. Find center. Take a nice breath in and exhale it out. And slowly pivot over to the left. Again, feeling that sensation twisting from the waist. And then you can place your left hand behind your left hip, right hand on the outside of the left thigh. Take a breath in, press down, stretch the spine. Pressing down into that left palm. Exhale, relax a bit, and then press into that right hand to turn a little bit further over to the left. Breathe, find your breath. Good. On your next exhale breath, relax. Slowly turn your head back forward. Slowly turn your body back forward. Good. And shake off any tension. Just gently shake, 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 shake. All right, we're going to come into seated triangle here before we stand up. So we are still scooted forward in our chair. We're going to take our right leg out to the side. Good. And we're going to square our shoulders. So tendency is to have the body facing the leg that went out. We're going to try to square the body forward. Good. And then we're going to bring our hands into prayer position. Good. Exhale it out. Release your arms down. On an inhale breath, just float your hands into a T. Good. Bring your palms forward. And very important here, we're going to use our feet. We're going to tuck our tummy in. We're going to come into seated triangle pose. So take a breath in. And as you exhale, you're just going to tip over like a teapot. Yeah, right fingers reach towards the floor, left fingertips reach up towards the upper corner of the room, left side of the room. Good. And breathe. So you're feeling your tummy tucking in, that's supporting your back. We're engaging our core here. Good. And breathe. Bring your awareness to that left leg. Did it cave in? You want the leg straight, the knee straight forward. Good. And now on an inhale breath, press down into your feet to come back to a T with your arms. And exhale, relax your arms down. Good. And then toe, heel, your foot next to the other. And we're going to take the left leg out. Same thing here. Good. Left leg out, hands into prayer position. Take a breath in. Exhale, release your arms down. Inhale, float your arms out to a T, palms forward. It's really important to use that tummy tuck right here. Yeah, take a breath in. As you exhale, press into your feet, tuck your tummy in, and just tip over, just to where it's comfortable for you. So you're stretching your fingers in opposite directions. Yeah, tummy's tucking in. If there's any discomfort, you've gone too far, come out a little bit. Good. And breathe. Good. And then pressing into your feet, slowly come back up and exhale. Release your arms down. Good. And toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Yeah, feet back to hip distance apart. Good. Shake it out. Good. All right. So we're going to make our way to a stand. Yeah. So sliding your heels back is helpful. Keeping your spine straight is important. Keeping your head above your shoulders is important. And we're going to hinge forward. We'll start there. Take a breath in. Exhale it out. And on an inhale breath, press into your heels to make your way to vertical, to a stand. Yeah. And just make your way over to the back of your chair. You can scoot it forward. Run off to the side here. Good. And just start to wiggle out. Yeah. Just move the body. Shake the legs, shake the feet. Notice any tightness, tension in your body anywhere, if there is any. And just pay a little more attention there, just to wiggle out that stiffness. Yeah. Good. All right. And come to center here. Good. So come to mountain pose. Palms are forward. Yeah, good. We're going to do the breath of joy here. So take a breath in. Exhale, soften the knees just a little bit. Good. Now on an inhale breath, we're going to inhale and reach your arms out and up as you straighten your knees. Big breath in, exhale. We're going to curl in. Give yourself a hug again, hugging your heart. Soften your knees, drop your head. Press into your feet. Inhale, straighten the knees as you lift the body, lift the arms, open your arms out, palms up. Exhale, curl in. Little breath of joy. Yeah. And inhale, slowly lift up. Yeah, open up to any possibilities of all the grace and blessings that are waiting for you to rain down upon you. Exhale, curl in. Yes. And one more. Inhale, big breath in. Take in as much as you can. And exhale, curl in. Slightly drop the head. And then just slowly release your arms. Bring the body back up to your mountain pose. Shoulders back and down. Nice posture. Heart lifted. Yeah. We're going to widen our stance just a little bit. Going to soften our knees. And we're going to breathe into one side through the nose and out through the mouth on the other side. Ah. 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 And one more. And come back to center. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. And now we're going to widen our stance even a little bit more. And make our way into our warrior two pose. Let's just glide our hips side to side. Feel this stretch on the inside of your thighs. These muscles on the inside of your thighs, as I say, you can tell probably that they just get tight because we don't use them a whole lot. Yeah, so they sort of get tight. Good. Now bring your hips back to center. Make your way into your warrior two legs, lifting the right toes, pivoting out and down. Good. Softening the right knee, sliding that or reaching energetically that right thigh back so that the knee's not caving forward. Shoulders above the hips. Float the arms out to a T. Turn your gaze to the right over that right middle finger and find a few breaths here. Big breath in, exhale, soften, relax your shoulders. Get another breath in and soften something. Wiggle your fingers, stretch your fingers a little further to either side. Maybe tuck your tailbone forward. Breathe. Bring a smile to your face. That left arm is now coming forward. It's reaching straight, opposite the right. Good. And then slowly bringing your gaze back forward. Take a breath in. Exhale, release your arms down slowly. Press into your right foot to straighten your right foot. Good. All right, we're going to come into triangle pose here. So again, we're just going to lift. We're going to reach our arms to a T. You're going to take a breath in, and as we exhale, you're going to slide your hips to the left as you reach. Now you can reach your body to the right. Yeah. Take a breath in and exhale. Release your right hand onto your upper thigh, middle thigh, and reach your left arm out and up towards the ceiling. Yeah. Coming into little triangle pose here. Gaze can stay forward. You can look to the left slightly. You can look up towards the ceiling slightly. And breathe. Pressing down into the outside of that left foot a little. Reaching your left arm, hands up. Yeah. Good. And breathe for 2 and 1. Now bring your awareness to your left fingers. Wiggle your left fingers. On an inhale breath, start to reach your fingers up towards the sky as the body comes up. That floats the body up. Bring your gaze to where it's comfortable, down and forward. Release that left arm slowly down. Good. And then relax. This is a little soft right knee. Lift the right toes up, pivot them forward again. And then toe, heel, or just step your feet back to hip distance apart. And move the body, shake it out. Good. Wiggle, roll out the shoulders. Good. And now coming to that same little dance on the other side. Wide legs. Let's shift the hips side to side. Notice if these muscles, these inner thigh muscles feel a little looser. Now, good. And then finding our warrior 2 here. Lifting the left toes up, pivoting and bringing that foot down. Good. Softening the left knee, drawing the left knee back. Heel of the left foot in line about with the middle of the right. Yeah, shoulders above the hips. Good. Stretch arms out to either side. Turn your gaze to the left, over the left middle finger. Find breath. Nice big breath here. See what you can soften on the exhale breath. Relax your fingers, even though they're stretching to either side of the room. Yeah, see if your tailbone can tuck forward. See if you're gently pressing into your toes to stabilize your body. See if you can smile and breathe deep and relax into this pose. One more breath. On an exhale breath, bring your gaze back forward. Release your arms, let them float down. Good. And gently pressing into your left foot to straighten the left knee. We don't want to lock it back, but we want a soft little bend there. Good. Then reach your arms out to either side. Take a breath in. Exhale, start to glide your hips to the right as you stretch to the left. And then you can release that left hand onto wherever is comfortable on your leg, just not your knee. And then reach your right arm out and up. So stretch long on that right side, pressing into the outside of the right foot, lifting the right fingers up. Gaze is wherever your head is comfortable. You can turn to the right slightly and look up. Your choice. Breathe. 2. Tummy's tucked in. 1. Relax your gaze back forward on an inhale breath. Reach your right fingertips up to float your body back up. Exhale, relax the shoulder. Let that arm slowly float down. Relax. Good. And then lifting the left toes up, pivoting them in and down. And if it's available to you, heel toe, or step your feet back to mountain pose. Shake it out. Good. Let's just do a couple hip circles. So feet just slightly wider apart. Soften your knees, hands on your hips, and just do some hip rotations here to loosen up your hips. Get that hip bone, the femur bones rotating into those hip sockets. Getting some nice synovial fluid bath there. And reverse, opposite direction. Good. And come to a stand. Good. And shake it out. Good. Wiggle up the feet and shake it out. Yeah. All right. So we're going to come into a little cognitive work here. So when we move and we're using our brain, that sort of is the hippocampus part of our brain. That hippocampus part of the brain is sort of your where you take in new information, right? And your short and your long-term memory. And so it's good to exercise that, to use that, right? And we've done this before. So we're going to move the body as we do a little brain puzzle with our mind. Yeah. All right. Are you ready? So we usually do a word. We're going to do something different today. We're going to do numbers. All right. So we want to just start with marching, with just walking. So here we are, we're walking, and the brain is sending signals to the body. Okay, I've got this. You know, here we go. Yeah. So we're going to work in this login process of our brain. So we're just going to count, we're going to say 4 numbers, 4 odd numbers here. So we're going to start with just now in our mind saying the number 1, 3, you can say it out loud, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5, 7. Now we're going to go along the way and we're going to go 1 number up for each number. Not all 4. We're going to start with the first number. So what's the next number after 1? So 2, 3, 5, 7. 2, 3, 5. Now we're going to change the second number too. So 2, 4, 5, 7. 2, 4, 5, 7. Now we're going to change the third one. 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. Now we're going to change the last one. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. And relax. Good. All right, shake it out. So that was pretty, so getting that, having to think, okay, what's the next number? So that was pretty easy. It's a little easier with numbers than it is. So you can use it, we always use, you know, a 4-letter word like love or whatever we've used in the past, and changing the first letter, you know, as you're moving, as you're taking a walk. This is kind of a fun thing to do if you take a walk, you know, during the course of your day, and playing little games. You can do 3-letter words. So we're going to go for a little bit more of a challenge because it was a little easier with numbers. Now we're going to reverse, and we're going to change the last one back to the original odd number. And we're going to do that one at a time. Are you ready? Okay. All right, here we go. So we're at 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Now we're going to change that last number. 7, 6, 4, 2. 7, 6, 4, 2. Now we're going to change the third one. So it's 7, 5, 4, 2, 7, 5, 4, 2. Now the second one, 7, 5, 3, 1. 7, 5, 3, 2, rather, sorry. 7, 5, 3, 2. Now we're going to change all of them. 7, 5, 3, 1. 7, 5, 3, and 1. Sorry if I messed you up there. But the whole point is we're having to think, and we're working that hippocampus part of our brain, which is amazing. Somebody dropped off here. So good job. Excellent work. That practice is so helpful for us. And yeah, when we can work that hippocampus part of our brain, again, that short, long-term memory, right? That processing information, it's the part of our brain where we process objects, you know, and textures of objects. and where objects are in space, all of that, which is very important to preventing falling, right? We know where we are in space. Yeah, good job. All right, we're gonna do a little tree pose here, little balance. So having your chair handy. Okay, this also works the brain and the body connection. So whichever side you're on, doesn't really matter. You can just be on one side here. All right, so let's just catch our breath a little bit. So again, something fun to practice. And it's also fun if you have grandkids or, friends or whatever to do that little brain puzzle movement to having to think. Yeah. All right, nice tall spine, shifting weight to the inside leg, bending the outside knee. Good. And then taking the knee out to the side and bringing that foot to the inside ankle or shin, just not your knee. Yeah, some of you may have your practice where you put it into your upper thigh. So lift the heart, get a nice tall spine, stare at a spot in front of you. Yeah. And then you might be feeling a little, I'm already feeling wobbly. So a little bit of wobble is good. That means the body's working. It's trying to steady itself. Yeah. If it's available to you, bringing your hands into prayer position. Sometimes it's helpful to tuck your tummy in and up. Sometimes it's helpful to gently press into your palms. And sometimes it's even helpful to reach your tree branches up towards the sky. Spot to stare at. Don't stop breathing. And tell yourself, I've got this. I'm strong. I'm steady. Yes. Good. And now bringing your palms together, if they're up there, bringing them back to your heart, if you drew them up. Good. Releasing your hands down, and then making your way out of your legs. Good. And relax, and wiggle it out. Good. All right, making our way to the other side, to the opposite leg. Yes. Little balance here. So finding a nice tall spine, shifting weight to the inside leg, bending the outside knee. Start there. You can remain there if this is where you are today. If you want to take it out to the side and bring it to the inside ankle, ideally it's good to do whatever you did on the other side on this side, but if it's not working, just modify here. Yeah, find your legs first. Nice tall spine, heart lifted, find your drishti spot to stare at. And then bringing palms together, if that's available, you can always grab your chair. Good. Tuck your tummy in and up. Yes, press into your palms gently. If you want to reach your branches up towards the sky, stretching from your waist up. Yeah, and breathe. And smile. And if ever you topple out, just be okay with that. And just gently make your way back in to the pose. Breathe for 2 and 1. You've got this, you've got this. And then bringing your palms together, bringing them down to your heart. And releasing your hands down. Good. And then making your way out of your legs back to just shaking them out a little bit. Good. Nice work. Balance, doing our balance challenges is hugely helpful for our health, our brain health, our body health, our coordination, right? Getting the body ready if you happen to trip over something. All of that practice is good to prevent us from falls. And as we get older, we probably all know somebody that took a fall, right? And so to do our best, but also to have confidence. The confidence is the most important part. And if you've fallen once, your confidence is shaken, right? So you really this helps to build that confidence back up to say, I'm not going to fall. I'm just not going to do that. Positive thinking. Let's do a downward facing dog. So bringing your hands onto the back of your chair, stretching the whole back of our body. Yeah, so palms onto the back of your chair. You can use the seat of your chair Yes, and start to walk back. And start to feel your hips reaching as far back as you can. Then soften your knees, stretch your hips back, relax your head between your arms, and breathe. Find your big breath here. You should be feeling a stretch all the way from the back of your neck, down your back, your glutes, hamstrings, calves. Feel free to straighten one knee and bend it. Straighten the other knee and softly bend. Straighten both knees, maybe. Take a breath in, exhale, reach your hips a little further back, reach your fingers forward. Just find a comfortable stretch for you. No struggle. Take 2 breaths here. Now on your next exhale breath, if you straightened your knees, soften your knees again. Look forward slightly, and then start to make your way back towards your chair with one little step at a time. Good, and once you've reached your chair, lift the shoulders, lift the head. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Bring your palms together, take a breath in, and as we exhale, let's exhale with the sound of Om. Big breath. Om. Right into your heart. Relax your shoulders. Beautiful. Nice. Release your hands down, and let's make our way back to our chairs. Good work there, everybody. All right. So again, we're concentrating on our hips, concentrating on sitting down mindfully. Take a breath in. As you exhale, send your hips back, reaching for the very back of your chair with your hips. Pause part of the way down. Take another breath and exhale. You can grab the front of your chair. Let your palms press into the chair to let your hips just land nice and gently. Yeah, good. All right, scooting forward into the front of our chair and bringing your legs out wide. Good. Just doing a little bit more for our hips, little hip opener here. Take a nice big breath in, lift your heart. Exhale, hinge forward. And again, press into your feet, bring the body back up. So you're keeping the head, we're not leading with the head staying above the shoulders. Actually, feel like you're leading with your chest, with your heart. Hinge forward. Good. Pause there. And then press into your left foot to bring the body over to the right. And then tuck your tummy in as you come up and back. And then over to the other side. Nice and slow. And forward. So do one more big circle here. Breathing in and breathing out. Pause when you come forward and then reverse opposite direction. Inhale and forward. And one for nice and mindful. Notice the shift of weight from one hip bone to the other. This time you come forward, pause. Press down into your feet, slowly bring your body back up. Nice tall spine. One more time, we're going to bring our hands onto our chest, our heart. Good. Inhale, lift the gaze. We're going to come into boat pose. So this is about tucking this low belly, about 3 inches below your navel. Draw that back. Take a breath in. As you exhale, reach up, look up, and then lean back. Press into your toes to lean back as if you're fishing to touch the top of the back of your chair with the top of your shoulders. Yeah, and breathe. So just find your range of motion here and breathe. Really tucking in that tummy, but you still breathe. For 2, you can drop your chin if there's too much tension in your throat area. Yeah, good, you got this. And then inhale, press into your feet, slowly bring your body back up. Yeah, there we go. Little core work before we go into final relaxation. Nice work, good. And then toe heel your feet back to hip distance apart. Shake it out, move the body. Just shake off any tension, move the head. Yeah, shake off any tension that came into the throat. Roll the shoulders. Good. And we'll make our way into final relaxation. Really nice work today, everybody. Scooting back into your chairs, making sure that your back is feeling supported. Feel free to lay down and bringing the palms up on your lap and just simply closing your eyes. And the simple act of closing the eyes, yes, turns on that parasympathetic nervous system to relax. Yes. Unless you're driving and you try to close your eyes, then that doesn't happen. Yes, let's take a nice big breath in. And with an exhale through the mouth, with the ha sound, just breathe it out. Another breath in. And relax now. Feel the whole body begin to relax, starting with the little smile on your face. And with each gentle exhale breath, feel the body soften, the shoulders and the arms and fingers, heart, belly, hips, legs, feet, toes. Whole body's relaxed. Let go of all of your efforts. Allow the mind to just calm down. Thoughts are always coming and going, but we need not pay attention to them most of the time. Relax. Bring your awareness to how you feel. Feel free to remain here for as long as you'd like. Should you choose to slowly start to come back into this space and time. Take a breath in and breathe out. Begin to wiggle fingers and toes. Maybe swaying the body gently side to side. Smile back if it left. Coming to center stillness. Bringing your hands into Anjali Mudra prayer. Resting your thumbs onto your heart. Let's take a nice big breath in. Fill the belly. Fill the heart. As you exhale, bow your forehead to your fingertips. Relax your shoulders. We'll close practice today with this. A busy mind creates more problems than it solves. You're feeling ready and complete at your own pace. Feel free to start to rub your palms together, warming up the energy in them. Gently place your hands onto your face into your hands. Feel that warmth. And gently begin to flutter the eyes open into your hands as you lift your head. And release your hands down onto your heart again or your lap. And I thank you all for coming and bringing yourself to this amazing practice. Have an amazing rest of your day. We'll see you soon. Namaste.